It's Monday, Women's Talk. I am your host, Awesome Ada. Welcome to Women's Talk. I'm in the studio with
Aaron.
Nephew Dalvin. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday.
I feel like I can hear myself.
I'm glad.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. I hear it now.
How's your weekends?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Good, sad, bittersweet weekend for me personally, but yeah, overall a grateful weekend.
Nephew?
I had a good weekend per usual, pretty relaxed. I worked and I conceptualized.
Yes, conceptualization. Let's go.
Well, I'm a Bucks for life. I didn't get to wear that victory shirt today, but I went to the game with my grandson.
All
and
right,
even though that son beat us up, we had a great time
I
together.
know that's fun out there.
Oh, it did. He had to stand in line while Nana had to sit and just catch her up.
Oh. It was hot outside, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know about you guys, but as a single person, I'm always asked, like, you dating somebody?
Get out of my face.
You know, who you dating?
Mind your business.
So it kind of like made me really look, as it's some stats here for Black women, singlehood. Single Black women, they putting all in the counters, divorced, widowed, what have you, but single. You don't have a man. According to U.S. Census taken a couple years ago, 50% are single as opposed to 30% of white women. I'm like, wow, that kind of like made me thinking, but straight talk, no chase, I'm not going straight there, but I just wanted you to hear. I just wanted you to hear those stats.
Right.
Next time you come up on me asking me, am I single or something.
Well, you have to think about the disparity. I have to add that. The disparity of Black men that are locked up.
Yeah.
And
that
so that plays a major part in it because you
Yeah.
can't have a man that you don't want.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it that.
What I'm going to do with them?
And I'm just a reader. But in this social media, online dating, just dating in general, I stumble across two words. According to you and Aaron, you've heard one of my words, but you haven't heard both of my words. But ghosting and breadcrumbing.
Ghosting for sure is
ghosting for you to be talking to somebody.
And
then
somebody completely present,
right? And then
in the way that you need them to be,
right? Whether they're in the relationship or it's a potential relationship, but they just go
ghost.
They just go ghost.
Just go ghost.
And
that's nothing.
So they went ghost. They knew, but they leave that person who got ghost maybe hurt a little. Maybe, without any closure.
I think, unfortunately, with today's society, I think people are so used to it. Especially like the younger generation are so used to like, oh, well, honey, I'm done.
And it's another way.
It's another way to do it, but you know what I'm saying?
No, and I'm adding this in here and not interrupting you, but so it's another way of keeping us out of communication, like real communication with each other.
Yeah.
Real relationships, connecting with a real person. Social media dulls all of that down. And so when you think about adding the element of ghosting, you're dulling it down even more because I can disconnect from another human being exist as if they never existed ever.
So and maybe that's it.
That's weird.
Where the social media is where you don't like eyeball you. Like I personally have gotten a chance to talk to you, see you, and all of that. It's just so easy with all these things out.
Right.
You can block.
Yeah.
You can block all platforms.
And I think it's a weapon now. Like people use it as a weapon.
Yeah, like I'm not a big blocker.
Yeah, I'm not. If I block you, trust me, you're not coming.
Baby,
off.
I'm done, baby.
Yeah, you're not coming off the block list. If you
We're
ever
done.
make it there, you don't come off.
We're completely done. I don't block people like erroneously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To you, like if I'm blocking you,
that's
baby,
permanent for you.
We're forever and done. God bless you.
This is a long journey that we've taken to get here.
Yeah.
Once I get the block.
So
that means I'm completely
not
done.
Like blocking me, you mad?
No.
And you're gonna return.
No, never. If I block, I'm never returning.
There may be no hard feelings.
It's no beef.
But there can be no coexistence.
But I'm done.
I love that.
Yeah, it's no beef, but I'm done.
But
So-
at the same time, we have to consider our age in this society.
But I
Also-
don't want you to be able to come back and look at what I've got going on. Like I don't. If you're done with me, baby, be done.
Right.
Be done. Cause I never block anybody. But if I block you, I want you to be so much done with me that you don't even have the area to even look at what the heck I got going on in my
Right.
life. Be done with me. You
Right.
done with me? Be done. Not gonna help
Not
you.
come back after
Never.
3 months
We
We
later.
done.
Right. But I think it
Like
goes
you're
back-
dead.
You're gone.
I
You've been
think it
swallowed,
goes
done,
back
down
to
the toilet.
What you said earlier, like it's really a part of it's a subculture now.
Yeah.
Blocking and ghosting is a subculture
It
now.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
is.
so because that it is, it's just like crazy that we have become that emotionally detached from each other that's just the norm. Like, I don't know. And maybe I could be taking it too seriously, but
Yeah.
I think considering the age group
Yeah.
that
And
I'm
even,
in,
yeah, and even in my
it's just
age,
not normal.
you know, even in my age group, first of all, I hate how social media is so you're so out there where you can where those messenger things that can call your phone. And I'm sure y'all
I
can
got
teach
somebody
me
calling
how
me
to
from
know.
Africa right now,
But
baby.
People who could just call you and like when you answer, they'll be like, "Hey, Ada, excuse me."
It's so
Who
weird.
are
First of
you?
all, yeah.
But you know, I hate about social media on a real deal though, because like I ain't really realized like I don't have like hundreds of thousands of followers, right? But
Not yet.
not yet, right? But like people be like, they be knowing we went to Janet Jackson concert and the girl was like, Erin McFarley. And I was like, and I had to look at her and I was like, oh, Lorraine. Never met the girl in my day of my life. Never met her. But it kind of crazy because social media makes people have an idea about you that's not always real. It creates that star quality, unfortunately, because look at Diddy, right? Look at Puff. Puffy, we thought he was just all this great person, but he's a communal narcissist, right? He's horrible. So social media sometimes creates an image of people, and not saying that, you know, I'm not who I am. I am who I am online and really in person, honestly speaking, but so many people are not. And then people get the idea of, oh, you're this, that, and the third because they're judging you off. And then people dating wise, listen to me, I'm cooking, let me cook,
Come
please.
on.
Like my
Mm.
son say, let me cook, baby. People will go online and look at you and then study you to then try to date you. They will study you online based upon what you do and all the things that you post. And then they're going to come with, so you be like, dang, we have so much in common. They get me. No, they studied you. They studied you.
They
And I know we're talking about ghosting
preyed
and all
on
the other
you.
kind of stuff,
They
but you know, on the
preyed on
dating
you.
aspect, this is something that
Well,
really
I think
goes
it goes
on.
hand in hand because
Yeah.
those same people will ghost you.
They will ghost you.
That same person will ghost you.
Because let's talk
Now,
about the
let's
person.
preach.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, as a woman, hear me out, women, and
That's the
some
main person that
and
will
some of
ghost
you women can understand me. It's the man that's been after you for years. It be the man that be after you for years that you never gave a chance to. And when you do give him a chance, then he do whatever the case may be, and then he try you like some like regular average chick and ghost you type of stuff. And he be like, I gave you a chance. Like, what are we talking about
Well,
here?
it's the relinquishing of power.
Yeah.
It's a game.
It's a
And
game.
so,
like I
Like a
got you.
cat and mouse.
Like I got you.
And you have to
Yeah.
understand the nature of a male. He's
Yeah.
naturally a pursuer.
Very so much.
And so
Yes.
the pursuit, at the end of the pursuit, the catch is the victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily the meal,
No.
but
Yeah.
the catch.
The
I
catch.
actually caught
I
it.
did it.
Just say I did
How many
it.
times
I
do you
did
see
it.
cats catch something like a mouse
Yeah.
and just sit around and play with
That's
it
how-
and,
and
never
leave
eat
it.
Then
Just
leave
leave
Don't even
it.
eat it.
Yeah.
Don't even eat it.
Yeah.
And that's how I be.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying
want
to-
somebody to call in, jump in. 91 Jams.
Oh yeah, y'all call in. Y'all call in.
727-637-2416 allows me to talk about. Have you guys ever ghost somebody?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Have I
And
been
what-
ghosted?
Yes.
What
I've
are
done
some
it.
of the reasons you ghost?
I just wasn't interested.
You're annoying. Like why? Like why are you?
Like, baby, you know we is not aligned. Leave me alone.
Like,
Forget my
what?
name. Forget my name, please.
So
and
that
thank
so
you.
so
Or
no
you're totally
long,
not who you said you are.
No.
so no longer is it even worth it? Like, I guess I'm aging date myself or whatever. No longer is it worth it. Of saying, you know what, Dow, we can't talk no more.
But I'm
This
gonna
just
tell
ain't
you,
working for me.
for
I
me-
just ghost you.
For me and my ideal, so I say ghosting, but I'm always a communicative ghoster. Let me just put it in.
Break it down.
Yes. So
I'm gonna let you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to let you know.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I
that
don't.
this ain't it, and I'm gonna bid my party.
Like, lose my 7 digits.
You don't have to
Yeah.
lose them. You don't have to lose them. You may need to use them in the near future, and I can help you out with something. But as far as what we're trying to do in this space, no.
That's the person who I am today. I do not ghost people. I let you know why, especially when it comes in that
Because
instance.
it's gonna help you.
Because like
away
the
from
I've been single and celibate for 2 years, but the person 2 years ago who I'm tired, y'all. But anywho, close your age, ma. But the person who I had to have that conversation with, it was more so like, I let them know, just lose my number. Like, just don't call me anymore in life.
Ooh,
I appreciate the
that's such a
time
big
that we
statement,
spent
though, in life.
I appreciate the time that we spent
In
together.
life.
Eternal.
It's
In
kinda hard.
life,
I
that's-
know,
yeah, in
right?
life. Like,
Listen, but I just let him know, just don't just lose my number. You know what I'm saying to you? Because just at the end of the day, we're not equally yoked.
Hello.
I like you, you like me, and that's great.
That's the extent of it all.
But that's it.
yeah.
We're not equally yoked, and we have to be okay with that. So because I'm gonna be the bigger person and I'm gonna have the willpower to let go, babe, I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, not the
And I
tissue.
think
After
it
the
goes-
tissue, baby, baby, white flag in this thing. Like,
Yeah.
leave
Flag
me
on the
alone.
play.
Flag on the play.
Yeah,
Okay?
I think it go both ways. The guys might not be. A girl might not be it for them, and as women, the guy may not be it for them. It's okay to try and attempt.
Yeah. That's what
And-
dating is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just feel as though when we get into this is nothing.
Yeah, it's just not
This
gonna
is
work.
Yeah.
nothing. Everybody
No
got
hard
their
feelings.
own
No hard
whatever.
feelings.
It's not judging.
Unless you try
It's
me.
not character assassination.
No.
You are just looking for some things.
But I'm gonna tell you something though. It was a woman who recently got unfortunately unalived on like maybe like 2 weeks ago. She had put on Facebook that she was dating a man and that she was telling him to like leave her alone. She was done with him. She tried to break up with him and let him know that, hey, I'm done with you.
Mhm.
Versus ghosting him, right? And so I guess he was harassing her. And so she put on Facebook saying that, hey, if anything happens to me, please know that I'm asking you to leave me alone. If anything happens to me, it's this person.
Mhm.
Because, and if she put the picture and she said he will not leave me alone. Well, the next day he unalived her. He killed her. And so, some people are not okay with even being told, no, I'm not wanting to deal with you. So when people ghost, it can also create a situation like ghosting goes so much further than my ego being bruised. People are also losing their lives behind saying,
Now,
hey,
there's some mental health issues behind that.
more than likely, yes. But this gentleman, unfortunately, unalived, and then this woman's on, like, she's not anyone local, but I went on her Facebook and literally you see her post for weeks saying that, hey, in between her regular posts, that she done told this person to leave her alone. Now she's having to come to Facebook. The police, no one's doing anything about it. And she's scared for her life.
Wow.
And unfortunately, he did take her away from her children and her family. And it's like, we have to be understanding that, a lot of people are dating and getting in relationships and they have extreme mental health issues.
Yeah.
It ain't like we in school no more. We know who take the short bus and who in them classes no more.
It's like we're all on Facebook together.
We're all together now.
Yeah.
So we don't know who was in them classes. We don't know who was in them. You know what I'm saying to you?
So, and again, it goes back to one of the statements that I made earlier. Social media takes away the humanity aspect of interacting.
Yeah, it does.
So we used to have to meet in person.
Yeah.
Right.
We used to have to interact mainly in person and understand who we're dealing with prior to dealing with them.
Right.
Now, a lot of that interaction is cut short because you're doing it on an app, or either you're doing it on some type of other social media outlet.
Right.
Primarily, initially, and then you meet face to face. But by that time, you think you really like this person. Now
Yeah.
you're learning, oh, they on the short bus.
But
And
you're
you-
liking them based upon
Right.
their posts, and that's what I'm saying. The whole
Yes.
facade, that social,
conversation.
that's that whole celebrity thing where you think about these celebrities like, oh, they're just so perfect, and you realize they're a pedophile, they're on drugs, they're all these different things, and it's the same thing with
anger
social media.
management.
Right, it's the same thing with social media. You meet
Right.
you see all these people online. They're making all these prophetic pose, and this baby was on. No shade, and nobody was on the short bus. Baby, you was on the short bus. You
in
need
the
to-
portable.
Baby, in the portables, in the bag, baby.
portable.
You need to date around your own line. You need to date around the people that are
In
you
the
in a
port-
line with.
And a lot of people don't know what I'm sorry.
The portables.
Portables were like
Yeah, the
the
portables.
portables.
They were on the campus of 16th.
Now,
I
16th
had-
Street,
they
we were in the portable for the magnet program. We was in the portables at 16th
I ain't never
Street.
been. Well, I went into the portable one time, but it was like, but it wasn't a whole year or a semester.
No,
or
we had our
anything.
And
16th
it's
Street. We had our
not
classes in there
making
for magnet
fun,
program.
really, of the people.
No, it's no shade.
It's not making fun.
We just playing, but we
of
for
the people
real.
who were in the portables or ever. But the objective here is really just stating when you find out we on roll together, we don't
don't-
just roll.
We
Right.
don't.
And we get to observe your behavior, whether you just get to observe their behavior.
Right.
And
And
it's
you
a no
like,
for me.
baby,
It's
you
a
is.
hard
And sometimes
no
that
for
can
me.
be hidden by success
Yeah.
of career.
Because
and
listen, you don't have to be
finances.
smart to make money.
Right. And you can be smart and still be a sociopath or
Oh my gosh.
or
Oh my
whatever
gosh.
the case may be with that you next
Speaking of sociopaths, what y'all think about that Puffy situation?
I tried really hard
1,000
to not
bottles.
allow.
1,000 bottles
I-
of
you
lot. They was
I
literally
did
getting
not
the
want
cushion,
that to
baby.
be any
I'm
part
sorry.
of
And I
our
heard it was some
commentary
big oil
tonight. I did not want to give him a platform, and
Why
Yeah,
not?
I did not want
I'm
to give
sorry.
Puffy
I'm
a
sorry, y'all.
platform in it.
I ain't gonna front. I used to love Puffy.
you
Oh
know,
my
work
god,
your stuff out. Work your stuff
that
out.
was my
Yeah.
baby. I used to love me
It-
some Puffy.
You know, in these situations, this is such a side note, but like in these situations with these celebrities or artists,
right?
to me, I do not cancel their artistry.
No.
Yeah.
Talent
So
is
you still
talent.
gonna play
Right.
R. Kelly?
Talent.
I
No,
don't-
I
I
don't.
wasn't
I
playing
don't.
it
We
before.
still gonna watch the Cosby Show.
Yeah, and I wasn't watching
I don't
it
listen
before.
to R. Kelly, which I really miss listening to him. But I don't.
Why
I mean,
don't you listen to him then?
Because I think he's talking about little girls.
In the songs?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Mm.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna stop listening to it because
Yeah.
guess what? At the end of the day, it's okay to be freaky.
And
All
here
right.
we are
You do what you
talking
want
about-
to do.
And
You
here we
grown.
are talking about.
But
ghost
I don't
stories.
condone
Did they
about
not-
the
Did they
abuse.
not ghost
It's their
us?
artistry, right?
I don't
Did
like
not-
condone the abuse. I don't condone the abuse and
Did
stuff.
did not Puffy ghost us?
Yeah.
We had to learn about on
Man,
social media. And
but
be
guess what, though?
devastated by his
Cat Williams said it.
1,000
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
of baby
They was slipping
oil.
and sliding,
But
baby.
the thing about it,
I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna have a moment
but the
of
thing about it
reflection.
is,
My child in the room, y'all stop.
but the thing
That
about
boy
it
know about
is,
that.
We don't.
Oh, you don't?
but the thing about it is, there was clues. There were people who opened up their mouths and wanted to say things and did say them, but
I
we
just
turned-
wonder why it took so
but the
long.
world took a deaf ear to
Oh
it.
man.
I just think it's a timing thing.
I think we were
I
kind of
think-
like oblivious. Like I think because like if you go back and listen to the tapes now, just old past interviews and just different things, you kind of cringe. Right? They didn't age very well. It's like you kind of be like, oh my gosh, like I see the sicko in him then.
but you
right?
ignored the
But I'm
clues.
gonna listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I saw
if
the,
y'all
but
ever-
honestly, I saw the sicko the whole time.
But listen to me though. Corinne
Like-
Steffens, Superhead's book, she talked about it 20 some years ago that people would sleep on Corinne Steffens because she was a video chick. So Corinne, my mom don't know. Corinne Steffens was a big video vixen back in the day.
got braids in her hair now.
Absolutely not.
And,
And but her story is very sad. She's from the islands, but she also grew up in Tampa. Just a really rough lifestyle.
her.
But very beautiful. Now she just does content on her books and
And she's
her-
not talking about him online.
not
now?
anymore. Oh, no.
okay.
That's you talking about Jaguar, right? But no, Corinne
Oh.
Steffens was a video girl. She wasn't an she was an actress and a video girl. So she's like back in the day with Mystical and all the ones, Ja Rule. Anywho, her book is amazing. I ended up finding on TikTok a young black lady from Britain who was reading the whole book. Anyway, amazing. She talks about, this is back in the 90s, late 90s. She talks about how Diddy, I mean, a whole bunch of famous men, right? But specifically, there was a chapter talking about how Diddy and Ja Rule was in the room with was doing whatever they was doing. And then it's so funny because fast forward 20 years later, then fast forward 20 years later, Diddy's security guard confirmed that. Anywho, in the book, she talks about when her and Exhibit were messing around, drugs and everything, but they went to a Diddy New Year's party in Miami, that same house that got raided, right?
With 1,000
right.
bottles of
So
baby
this
oil.
is back in the 90s, okay? So they all went to Diddy's party. Her and Exhibit left from LA because Exhibit's a LA rapper. They left from LA, came to Miami for the New Year's party with Diddy. So it was days of partying. But she had already messed with Diddy by herself years ago, whatever, because she was passed around. Anywho, in this story. So they went to the thing, and then afterwards, Diddy was like, hey, we finna go to a club. So all of them got in the SUVs, and Dalvin, the Miami clubs don't close at 6 a.m.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. And so they went to a club. And so
how would you know this, Dalvin?
Yeah, I've been there.
My child. So yeah. So her, Diddy, Exhibit, and Diddy's entourage, they all go to a club in Miami. Well, this club in Miami, Corinne, they on ecstasy.
I already know.
Okay. So they spent, but Corinne was like looking around the room. And so she hits Exhibit and she was like, look, it was a gay male club, only was men and drag queens. And so Diddy brought them there, and Exhibit was like, he like realized where he was at, and they was like, we got to get out of here. So they left, but that's where Diddy took them. This is back in the 90s. And this book she put out was back in the 90s. And people tried to like call her a snitch because she was talking about Shaq and all these other different men who, in the hip hop world and in just the acting world.
This is a form of ghosting.
No, but what I'm saying is just we were just talking about the whole situation and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he did ghost her in the aspect. We're flowing in the conversation, but anyway.
No, I get it.
I was on it. I was like,
yeah, we ain't gotta stay on the ghosting topic, but you know what I'm saying? We flowing.
Comedian, but I'm being a comedian on that. But you're absolutely right. Where I think like how you say you already peeped it, Dalvin.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times because of the celebrityhood of individuals or the titles that individuals hold, it makes
the money
others
that they
and the
have.
money. It makes others like, stay away from them. Because I was listening to this guy who said, he called Puff up for a favor. Let my cousin come intern with you. So they said the first 3 months of interning was great. And then one day, Puffy said, if you want to keep being an intern, you'll come home with me tonight.
Oh.
So that ended internship for him, so this guy never said anything about this until,
and Torre's a big journalist in the industry
until now.
Yeah.
So you ask yourself, and I just feel this way sometime, even though he's gonna, meet his dues. Why are you just coming up with this? Why you couldn't alert us years and decades ago?
Who, the man?
Anybody who's been wrong.
Because people gotta realize when you're a victim and you're dealing with someone with so much power and money, this man is affiliated with the mafia and has put hits on lives and killed people. So until you're in that situation, you will never know what it feels like to be a scared victim. Right? So when you're dealing with victims, they're scared to come up. And everyone doesn't have that. And again, like I say, I never tell people to say, I would never say what I wouldn't do. Right? Because life will flip it for you and show you what it really looked like.
Shoes you're wearing.
Right. So it's like, I never say, well, why didn't these people who got raped or got molested come up and say anything? Right. It's the same thing.
I think too, we got to realize that the air is thin up there. So there are not many people that are floating around in that aspect or in that world.
Who will support them.
So, and not even about support, but about that even being the norm of what may be happening. And so your buyout is just, I'm going to walk away from this because I don't do that.
Yeah.
Not a big, I'm a victim, but like, I just don't do that.
Yeah, and we're in the window looking in.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah,
terms
it's
of
just
we've
yeah.
never
different
walked
playing
their
field.
shoes.
Yeah.
We can't imagine what 60 million. I was listening to what's your boy 50 Cent was talking about how with that what is it, Ciroc, and another liquor brand too, how even though Puffy didn't own these things, he was making
He was gonna kill
he
it.
was making $60 million on making plenty of money on these, and they were trying to lure that when you go against these people, and we all got sightings of Lisa, what's your girl name, the lady who was killed in the car accident,
Lisa Left Eye.
and Lisa Left Eye,
Mhm.
and how they attribute how all these people who died, who are coming forth with something, praying Michael Jackson, and then they are luring that Puffy stood up against people who he was coming after, gonna try to sue, that were money, that were big
But
money,
how
and
it's
you
panning
don't
out?
just
How it's panning out? He was a very dangerous person, and I'll be
Right.
honest. When you look back at, I used to watch Making the Bands, all of them, and when you look back now at it, you'll be like,
You can
yeah,
see it.
you can
Yeah,
see it.
Now, for me, what I saw was not necessarily full extent of what happened, but I just knew something was not well
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
something's not right about him. He's not a great person, and I'm not saying who the real him is, but I'm just saying how he's chosen to play out
Yeah.
his actions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you could just tell he's not.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. They say he's a devil, you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
they were talking about how he had picked up voodoo and stuff like that, and all the different things, and just the things he was into, and it was just really sad. But I pray for his children and things like that,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But
So callers, call in. We're going on a break. Just call in, and we're going to talk about breadcrumbing.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you
on your name. Who do you have, Dalvin?
Let's think here. I'm gonna put some respect on Earl James. James Earl Jones. Like Earl James.
Okay,
James Earl Jones. I'm gonna put some respect on his name.
Okay.
Wonderful actor. I believe he left a legacy, which is to be congratulated and admired. And yeah, let's put some respect on his name. He really impacted our culture with movies, of course, like Roots, you know, things of that nature. Like he left his impact.
I like that. I like how you changed it up for me, being that you put some respect on Mufasa's name. Man, they showed up and showed out for Frankie Beverly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was deep and white, not only in Philly, but in New Orleans. So that
People
was,
here, I saw Courtney. Shout out to Courtney pulling her mom. I seen they had their white on.
yes, they call him Uncle Frankie. I
Yeah.
think they have personally had relationship where he's come by and they've known him for years.
Okay.
That was my very first concert I ever went to when I got out of college.
wow.
They had a Frankie Beverly and Mays. I think back then we had the Bayfront Center
Mhm.
and went. But it just was a
You've been around
sea of white.
forever.
And I could just remember. I remember this weekend I was talking to a friend girl who's a caterer and an event planner. And she said, there is this one family who went all out in our city. You know, they made an obituary and, they had a Frankie Beverly Day. So I'm giving you some respect, sir. I just thank you for all the years and all the music that you left behind.
Yeah. Great artist.
Aaron, who you want to put some respect on?
I mean, I think you guys did a great job at who you need to put respect names on, and the respect was given, and the names were given, and the names
And
was respected,
respectful.
and it was
Very
respectful,
demure.
very demure, very
Very
respectful,
mindful.
very mindful, very edification wise. Okay.
I heard this lady on Facebook talking about what was her demure. She says, "Let me tell y'all what that really means." I hear it.
Right, it's not a good word.
It's not a good
It's
word.
not a
Yeah, I
good
don't even
word.
say it to be
No.
honest. Everybody been saying it,
Oh.
man.
Yes, and like it's not a good word.
So I was talking. So I told y'all about ghosting, and you guys said you had never heard of breadcrumbing. But here's a breadcrumbing relationship
Mhm.
Mhm.
where someone gives you bare bone minimum,
Mhm.
just like some scraps to keep you fed, to keep like, hey, to be
Good
interactive,
morning.
but not a true connection,
Mhm.
leaving you feeling frustrated. They might be giving me some attention. They might be texting and saying good morning every morning, but they're not. And they might, call you throughout the day or whatever and, make some time, but it's breadcrumb. They might even feel bold enough to
It's
send
what
you
falls off
pictures
the
of
table.
themselves, but it's still breadcrumbs.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
What falls off the table? So
Like,
I don't really
have
want
you?
that.
I don't know if I've ever showed up giving breadcrumbs. I think as the woman, I don't know if I've ever, played that kind of role, but I've
Mhm.
received the breadcrumbs.
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I operate in that space either, just because I have my kind of mode is just treat somebody as I would want to be treated. So I tend to give out what I would want back, which isn't always the best way
Right.
to go.
Right.
You have to understand what someone as an individual wants. But yeah, give me the bare minimum, especially if I've communicated to you what my needs are.
Mhm.
So if I've communicated to you that communication is one of my needs,
Mm-hmm.
then don't for a fact you're breadcrumbing me.
Right.
If you're texting me every 2 days.
And then if some people are in the circle, I'd rather have somebody than nobody. I'd rather have nobody.
Yes,
than
anything.
Any
anything.
bull crap.
Like the
Yeah.
breadcrumbs, you either come full or you stay on that sideline and give the breadcrumbs. And I just think in this whole crazy dating world that sometimes we get it twisted that like I tell you, people ask like, "You dating anybody? Who you talking to?"
I
I
feel
just
like that's
need
like
to make
rude.
that. I just need to make this correct in saying, just because, and we say it all the time. I'm so happy. I'm like ecstatic. I travel, I go on places, I go to the movie. I'm just doing the thing.
Right.
Singlehood does not mean you messed up, something's wrong. Like, ooh, you don't got no dude? What's going on with you?
Right.
Let's say I live on Happy Avenue.
Right.
And I just think that's so, each to his own.
Right.
But when we're talking about it, settling,
Yeah.
ghosting, I leave it alone. The give me half-ass stuff,
Right.
half of you, I'd rather not. Excuse that word. I'd rather not. And it just amazes me with this level of dating, and even with the men, like,
And
just
the women,
being-
because they both sorry.
yeah,
I'm
but just
sorry.
being a strong girl, I don't
Well,
know.
and I just think,
I'm turned
people,
off when a guy sends me pictures of themselves. I'm just turned off.
Well,
like,
and I think,
period.
I think too, because people are so accustomed to, and I call it this, mid at best.
What you call it?
Mid at best.
Mid at best.
Yes.
Elaborate.
Very very moderate, very medium, very in the middle, very like mid grade.
Mid-grade.
Not the
Now,
best.
not the best of the
Not
best.
the worst, but very mid.
Oof,
But I
oof.
think people are so accustomed to accepting mid as I got something. It's mid, baby.
Yeah, what's the
It's
lady named
okay.
Betty Wright? Who's about just having a piece of a man? Shame on you, Betty
Yes,
Wright. Wherever
shame
you're
on
at in the
you,
world,
Betty.
wherever you're
Shame. I
at,
hope the
shame,
Lord convicted
shame
you for
on
thinking that.
you.
What Betty said?
Having a piece of a man's but having it no man. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That is sure
And the
one.
same thing with men having a woman just to have a woman, because baby, that's a lie.
That's another one.
What,
But I'm
baby?
just saying, like, mid
What-
at best, don't
I don't
blame
want to
me.
just be with you just because I'm bored, right? Because a lot of people
mediocre.
a lot of folks are in relationships with people because they're bored. They want space fillers. They want
Space
people to go
fill- I
half
like
and half
that.
on bills, right? Like, let's keep it a buck. Most people would not be in relationships if they didn't need someone to go half and half on their bills or space fillers until the next person comes around, right? Because a lot of people deal with that when you're in relationships. You may get with somebody, you help them, you get them together, then they move with somebody else because you're a space filler. It's men that, and it's people who be with people. I don't want to say men or women because it's both. But men do it a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. And they'll be with a woman for 10, 20 years or however many years and then won't marry her, won't get engaged to her, but meet someone in a month or 2, 3 months, get engaged and get married.
But had
I've seen
children
it.
from the other lady.
Yeah.
probably.
I've seen it happen too many times.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen too many times where they will be a space filler, right? A woman will be, and unfortunately, men are good at that. Women, we're not really always good with being space fillers, with men having men as space fillers unless they have money. Right?
Can't do it.
Women who be with men who have money, they'll deal with them and they may not even care for them, like them, but they will deal with them because they have money. That's the caveat when it comes to women.
Girl, I've heard some of that kind of conversation with this Diddy stuff too. I'm
You
not
know what I'm
bringing
saying?
him back up. But
You know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of people stayed with him because of the money.
And he
thought
even
that
said
they-
himself, 75% of the time it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing with me. But 25% of the time it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And he even said that himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, some people are like, I'd rather cry in a Bentley than cry in a Kia. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, it's unfortunately people think like that. And I'm just at a space where, baby, I just
Yeah.
rather,
And
I
think
could do that alone.
I think we evolve in time.
Yeah.
And where I am now,
Not everybody.
like,
Not
I
everybody.
used to say in terms of if I had a boyfriend, I need a weekend boyfriend because I'm so focused on my career and my business and all of that. Friday, I just want to go to the movies, dinner, and all of that. But by, Saturday, it's been a nice weekend. And I've enjoyed hanging out. But Sunday, I'm going to church. And Monday, I'm back at work. So it's just,
I
and
think
those are
that
fillers. And it sounds like, and I guess that, and it was said in a joke, but I find for myself, the most time that I even notice I'm single is on Friday and Saturday. Those are the
I
only
mean, I
two
feel like-
days I noticed that I'm single.
I mean, I'm an only child, so I'm cool with being alone and all the
I
things.
am totally
Like I
okay
have a
with
good
it.
time by myself. I'm grateful that even
I
though
will talk to myself.
you know what I'm saying, but at the
I
same
will take my own self to a
talk to
movie.
self,
you know what I'm saying?
I do
And let me say something. If you
I will
don't
take
talk
my
to
own self
if
to
you
dinner.
don't talk to yourself, it's a problem. I'm
I
gonna just say
do.
that. But I'm gonna say this: like I'm okay, like when and if a spouse is meant for me, a husband's meant for me. I'm okay that even if we live in the same house, we can have our separate rooms. We can have our own
We
space.
definitely need a separate closet.
We need our own closet. We need our
Get
own
your stuff out my
rooms
closet.
so that you can have space
You
to
can have your own
yourself.
bathroom.
Like I'm okay with that. Even
Do
if
not
we
go
had
in
a
my
duplex
drawers.
and we live in a multi-family unit and you have a duplex and you're on one side, I'm on one side. I'm okay with that. Like I literally see I'm okay. Like for where I am right now in my life, I would love for my husband to be okay with us getting a duplex. And he live on one side and I live on one side. And we go and we see each other when we
I'm
want
not gonna
to.
go that
You know.
far, but
Cause I be needing my own space,
I'm not
honey.
gonna go that far. And I'm
So, baby, let me.
and
Cause
you know-
it creates the excitement.
and
Like,
you-
baby, let me
and-
come spend the night with you tonight.
and
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
only-
y'all missing it. I'm sorry, honey.
I'm only child vibes too, right? So like I get it, and I do need my space. I truly
Yeah.
like 100% need my space. But I'm not knocking on your door to come get you.
No, it's not a point of knocking on the door, but like,
Don't knock on my door to come get me.
like that's not knocking on the door, but we make plans. Like, babe, you gonna spend the night
And
tonight?
I
Yeah, for
probably
the night.
would be the person that probably would do this more than
Because
you
we're
would.
paying a mortgage together
Right.
anyway. We're next door to each other. We're in a duplex. We're next door to each other. So it's not as if we don't have our own space, but it's like his man cave is his house. My woman cave is my house, my
Okay, I
space.
get it.
You see what I'm saying too?
I
We're
was-
still in the same roof.
I was listening to, and y'all help me with his name because I find him intriguing in his conversation. I just haven't mastered his name yet.
Who?
Doctor.
Omar Epps.
Johnson.
Omar Johnson. Omar Epps. I'm sorry.
What's his name? Umar.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Okay, Dr. Umar. He was
Umar.
saying that, like, you just heard what Aaron said, and he was saying to the point of that when we grow up, and I find value in what he said. When we grow up and we're not exposed to the mama and the daddy in the same
Oh, it messes
home
people up for sure.
and whatever, that when we get in relationships, we've made our own what we think the duplex living,
But that's a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
who says that? That's patriarchal society to think that everyone's relationship is supposed to look the same.
Yeah.
That's because, you know what I'm saying to you? That's like the forcing of different things on people, right? In certain cultures, religions, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Everyone
Yeah.
needs to think the same way. But in my relationship and who I love, I don't think
If
that
it
how I
works,
love
yeah.
and what I do in my house and
if
my
it
man.
works for you and yours,
That's what I'm saying.
that's
That's because everything
fine.
everything's not cookie cutter. Like some men
Yeah.
are better at being cooks and taking care of the children, whereas some women are better at going
Yeah.
out and make, and you know what I'm, you know,
Yeah, he
like
was-
whatever works
Yeah,
for
he
you.
was making the point more looking at it
He's
when
also
it comes
polygamous.
to divorcing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things of that.
But I will
some of the things he say, I find value.
Yeah,
in.
no. I love Dr. Umar. He's one reason why Emory has stopped getting, vaccines by 3. But I will say this: I was listening to someone speak, and they were talking about the divorce rates in regards to Black men. Black men have the highest divorce rates amongst all races,
Mm.
not just Black women. So they're showing there's a
So are
problem
they
with.
saying that the Black man initiate the divorce?
Oh no! They're not
Well,
saying
see,
that.
you
They're
gotta
saying that the
understand,
Black man's not
you gotta-
growing
you
and
got-
not becoming who he needs
You
to be.
have to go back into history.
Yeah.
There was a plot and a plan to divide
course.
the Black household.
Yeah.
And it did.
So a lot of Black men don't know how to be.
Right. And no matter with what culture they give with, they're having high divorce rates in those
Right.
said cultures, whether it be white,
They have
Spanish,
not
Black, whatever.
seen The construct
Right.
of traditional family.
That's
Right.
what the doctor said.
Amongst
Right.
Black
Yeah.
men, amongst
Yeah.
men as a culture,
yeah.
Black men are the ones who are having it. And it's not getting, don't get me wrong, it's not all Black
No,
men.
it's not all.
It's definitely not all, because there's some
And it's
Black
not
men that
all
are doing
Black men that weren't raised with a father and a
correct.
mother.
Because I hate the
Correct.
term, I hate the notes to think that a single mother can't raise a strong black man, because that's not true. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, not every single mother is to have child going to prison and all these different things. However, I think that is it some, yeah, but it's the same thing with 2-parent households. But having a parent in the household is very, 2 is very, very important. So
yeah, I just I remember just in our reading, you know how you can read something and it's just like what you're saying. What all the things that we read and we hear people say, it might work for you, but it doesn't work for me. Just because it's a cliche and everybody appears on the bigger majority circle of going along with it, it doesn't necessarily, works for me. And then a lot of times people want to throw, in terms of, let's say it this way. Like you read the Bible, and I'm sure you believe in the Bible, but a lot of times people throw biblical things at us to stumble us, not to,
if they weaponize
to
it,
say things like you're going straight to hell.
Yeah, they
But don't
weaponize
really
it.
like that's
Yeah.
supposed to be like the ooh.
yeah, I used to work with a lady like that where
but
she
not
would
give
weaponize
you-
Jesus, and I'd be like,
but not give you tools like
Well, if
This
you're gonna
is a-
approach me with the bad,
You going to
approach me
hell
with the-
and run away.
approach me-
tell me how I'm going to hell.
Approach me with the solution. If you're gonna approach me with the bad, approach me with the solution,
Yeah.
and also help me understand how we got there. How did I get here? Since you're,
yeah,
so
since you so informed on what's going on, you so
But yeah,
tapped in. But that do be how it be.
I want to use this platform to say we're just honored. Again, I'm your host, Awesome Ada. We're just honored that WUJM 99.1 99 Jams tapped us on the shoulder and asked, would we come and sit on the radio and do a woman's talk show? And we can't make it without you. If you want your business advertised, if you want to be people
A
solicit
part
your,
of something big.
a part of, I love it. Nephew.
Yes.
We're asking you to donate to this radio station.
Absolutely.
What's your takeaway for the night, Diamond? Leave them with a nugget.
My takeaway tonight is that you and yourself have to make up your mind about you, your standards, your morals, the things that you live by, and let that be your standard, no matter who's approaching you, no matter who's trying to, date you, whatever, friend you, whatever the case may be. And so despite the ghosting and the breadcrumbing, always be solid on who and what you decided to be.
Aaron, what's your
Amen.
takeaway? Amen.
Amen. That was good. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. My takeaway is, if you want to be somebody and you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Okay.
Hey, one of my artists that I really enjoy listening to sometime, Bon Jovi, has a song.
Not
out.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, girl.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Mommy.
girl. But I'm sorry, y'all. But Bon Jovi,
Oh,
I'm part of the melting pot, and I like all songs. But Bon Jovi got a song out, and he's aged so well.
He do look good still.
Bon Jovi got a song out that is be like, this is my life. It's now or never. I'm not gonna let you put rules
Sing it.
on my life. And I think that's my takeaway. Sometimes you looking all around you and you see all this fake flossing on Facebook and social media and like, oh, I want. Girl, you cannot be, nobody can be you better than you.
Right.
So my golden nugget
Hello.
that I'm leaving, stop looking around for validation.
Ooh.
Stop waiting. I got the choir in here tonight.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
But come on, wake up and be you. Wake
Yes.
up and do the darn thing. Stop looking for you to be a part of this circle, or you to be this, or you to be. I am an influencer.
Right.
I am an impactor person. it does. You don't get to tap me on my shoulder by the amount of people who follow me. I know that I've made an impact in people's life. I know that I continue to make an impact in people's life, and I'm awesome at it, and that's my golden nugget for the night.
All right. Yeah.
And I so agree with that validation point because that kind of
Mhm.
like hit me like boom in the stomach, right?
Mhm.
Because sometimes we outwardly seek validation, and validation does have to initiate within yourself. So when somebody comes to disinvalidate, if that's a word,
Mhm.
you already have to know that your validation cannot be declined by someone else other than yourself.
Oh, I want to hear that again.
Oh,
Your
do I have it again?
validation cannot be.
Disinvalidated by someone other than yourself.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I think I got a new quote.
Yeah, ultimately, you just made me think of Eleanor Roosevelt's quote. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the heck?
Right.
Right.
Give somebody so much power they can sway you and move you and your
Right.
emotions and make you do stuff. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm real big on, say, like if we're around each other all the time, and there's always somebody in the circle who want to be like, you know, Jasmine, pull that shirt down, pull it this and pull it this. And I'm really big on this. I might let you get away with something one time, but I refuse to you come around you. And it's like giving that person valid, like to be your clothes
Right,
picker
right.
and pick this and pick this. When you
I
got
can't
up
tell
this
you how many
morning,
times that has
when
happened
you
to me.
got up this morning and looked in your closet and decided what
Well, put
you
that
was
on.
gonna wear, you gotta put that on and wear
You
it
know,
yourself.
yourself.
But you know, I
You're
let
not
you
gonna
get
dress
them.
me.
Yes, you are not gonna, and I'm real big on that because what happens is you
You're
end
not
up relinquishing your power.
Power.
And every time I come around you, I be like, "You think this look okay, girl? You think
Submitting
this
to
look
it.
okay? You didn't beat me down and watered me down to believe that you are now the clothes guru." You
So I'm going to tell you, like, I got a really good example of that happening to me. Somebody came to me and said, hey, you know, this is a while back. Like, hey, that shirt, those shirts are too little. They're too tight. You need to get rid of them. I'll get you some more. Not that I needed it, but they suggested it. So then I, you know, because now the shirts are too short, so I'm going to get longer shirts. Oh, that shirt looks like a dress. So what you want? You want the short one or you want the long one? I mean, what do you want?
Listen.
So you'll constantly
what
be in
they
this cycle.
need is for you to tell them, stay in your own
lane.
closet.
So I was at the church I grew up at, my mama church, a few years ago, and I was doing an event with her. She asked me to come to do, and a woman decided to tell me that I needed to pull my skirt. My skirt wasn't that short now. I know I got thick thighs, okay, but they saved lives. And we was in the church, okay, and so she pulled my skirt. I said, and she's like,
She
"Oh yeah,"
pulled it.
she pulled it. And she said, "But oh, you need it." I said, "Let me tell you something." I said, God don't care how I come. It's come as you are. And last time I checked, you ain't have a heaven to hell to put me in. Don't you know that after that, she started speaking to me, but this year she started back speaking to me. It's been a few years, but she started back at the event, Golden Soul Awards. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. But the point I'm making is that people will feel
Get you in
inclined
their
to do that and get you in their
cycle.
stuff.
Their
You know what I'm
cycle.
saying?
You relinquished your power when you even listen to what they say
Right.
about the way that you dress.
And
I'm
these are the
6
things that are
feet
tormenting
tall,
you.
and
Don't
I-
Yeah,
bring them to
not me.
I love showing my legs.
Listen.
I love it, and I do it in a respectful manner.
Right.
Not like
The
you were-
problem was she was trying to make herself feel better and condemning me. Right? And people do that. That can be a whole other episode. I know we're finna get off. But she tried to
Felt
make herself
empowered.
empowered by condemning me. And baby, you can't condemn me because you ain't got no heaven or hell to put me in. Now she speak every time she see me. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody.
Hey, condemner.
Hi. Amen.
That's all we asking for.
Not a little bit, but a lot of
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to us every Monday.
Have a great Monday.
Yes.